trick is, it's not urgent. I can do them tomorrow. I can do them maybe at 4 p.m. today. So I don't have to be worried about that. So I don't have to fear about it. So I plan to do later. That's why I said here. Planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Prior, proper planning here. If you can plan it ahead, you know my evening, you know tomorrow this is my thing. And eventually you'll be able to stick into that because you planned for it. And then there are things that are not important, they're not urgent. Distractions. We all have our distractions. So what are our best distractions? Things that we can stay away. Things that we can ignore them.
For Instagram, Reels.
Bring it on, yes. Sometimes you may find someone is just, what are your distractions? Let's just go around them. What are you, like, you typically know this is not really contributing anything to my work or to grow me as a person, but it's there, and they're good. What would yours be?
Reels.
Real?
Yeah.
Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram.
What will yours be?
Mine is just, how do I say this? Like, just thinking about different things, a lot of things. You know, they say there's someone who's opened so many tabs in their head. Yeah, I have a lot of open tabs.
What are yours, Patuli?
YouTube Reels.
YouTube Reels.
So Reels is a...
So not Instagram Reels, YouTube. Why not Instagram?
I'm not a fan of Instagram.
Do you have an account?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So YouTube, she doesn't. I don't think she needs an account to access.
No, she doesn't.
You don't need an account.
Yeah. Do you
But dear,
TikTok Reels?
what are your distractions? Huh?
I receive a lot of calls. I thought most of the time I do 20 things at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly is client calls, but I don't execute nowadays. That one was previous, but nowadays, you know, everyone in the office, they call you, ask you what can we do. We start here, we start there, you know, and you have people from different countries. All of them they are new, so you have to answer them, otherwise they fail. Yeah, so
That's really good. So the key is to identify and put your things in this order. It can help us big time. It will, I think someone is struggling to come in.
She wants to use this door.
She used it. She has to. Okay, so what is the hidden cost of burnout? Profitability. The profitability. Imagine you are going to meet a front desk personnel who is exhausted, or the salesperson, or the sales manager. So literally, the profitability, everything goes down. Why? Because people are tired. They are detached. They don't really want to continue engage in a meaningful way, in a productive way. But also, it kills innovation because you find yourself continuing to do things, but at that time your mind is dead. Your energy is dead. So there's nothing you can really bring on the table. Have you ever had this time you're meeting this person, maybe it's around 3 or 4 p.m. and at that point you're so tired and the only thing you want them to do is to finish and go. Because at that point you just like you're responding like autopiloted responses. You're not even thinking through. Why? That's why there is a research was done that most companies lose a lot of money at that time. 245 to 15 to almost 17 hours over there for people who have been working since morning.
I think it's also the same for class.
Yeah, they're tired. So someone comes in, they tell you the number, you just put the number. Later on, in the morning meeting, you realize, how did we sell this for this much? Because the brain was tired, and you don't have time to really think through. But also we give poor customer experience to people that we meet. Because at that point, we are irritated. We cannot give our best. Safety. There are so many accidents, especially manufacturing-related companies at this particular time, when people are tired, when people are exhausted because they overlook some of the safety procedures. I was working with this company, Interchick. They produce chicken. So most people, their staff, they had a case where they had so many of their chicks dead. But it was at this time when people were tired, and then they jump off the wall to go look for something outside the company. And then when they come in, because if you come in through the normal gate, there are so many checkpoints, but also sanitation. You have to, like cereal, you sanitize the whole body. You have to change. You leave your clothes here and there. But when you are inside, there was a possibility to jump. So when they come in with contaminated clothes and all that, and then the whole cage of chicks will die. Why? Because of that. When they are tired of what was happening around, sometimes people find their own ways of solving their own problems. Succession planning, organizational resilience, and everything. So burnout is the whole business issue that we need to sit and put together. Like, how do we go about it? Because if we want to take a stock, we may find everything is falling out of the place that it's supposed to be. So governance has changed big time. The traditional boards, the traditional organization and leadership were mainly focused on those four things there: finance, compliance, risk, and strategy. But today, we're talking about human capital. How well are our people equipped to do what we want them to do? Some are frustrated because they are not equipped to deliver what we expect them to deliver. But again, the sustainability of our leadership. Do we equip leaders? Do we produce leaders? Do we create strong succession plans that we have people who are equipped to lead well and to lead according to the culture in our place? You see, the well-being, the workforce resilience and all that. So these are the things that we should be focusing on, making sure that they are all in place if we want to stay in business, but if we want to be sustainable in anything that we're doing. The last one here, the artificial intelligence ethics. People are using AI. People are using AI, and if you want to put proper ethics on how to use it, it might cause a lot of problems. We may end up losing a lot of data. It was yesterday and the day before yesterday, people who are using the ChatGPT Model 5 Plus were complaining they had a lot of missing files in their machines because we were taken. So we have to put a clear code of conduct on how we go with this, how do we ally with AI in our workplaces to ensure that we don't lose it, or we don't really lose what we have been doing for a long time. Executive fatigue. This is where now we're seated. We're top leaders, and we've heard people saying it is lonely at the top. Once you are up there, it can be truly lonely. It can be truly lonely. That's what we say with the John Maxwell team. If we just lonely at the top, the leaders are escaping from doing something, one right thing, or there's something wrong that is happening. It doesn't have to be lonely at the top. It doesn't have. You don't have to be at the top very lonely. So here are the signs that most leaders actually know. Decision fatigue. There are times you have decision fatigue. It's okay to say, I'll think about, let me sleep over it. I'll come back with you tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Learning how to control, to monitor your energy level, because most of the time we make decisions based on the information we have at hand. Now, sometimes some decisions have so many effects, domino effects to our companies and many other places. So it's okay when you think you are tired and you cannot make that decision. You've made so many other decisions. Take a pause. It's okay to rest. It's okay to say, come tomorrow. It's okay to say, let's do it tomorrow. It's okay to say, let me sleep over it. And while you do that, it's okay. Emotional exhaustion. Sometimes we are tired emotionally. We are not there. You know, emotion, it's like a battery. It's like your mobile phone's battery. It goes, sometimes it drains. You get drained to the red dot. So you have to be aware when your emotions, when you're tired of emotion, cynicism, loss of creativity.
And I think maybe I can come
Oh, please.
The emotional exertion, I think, is worse than the other physical exertion.
Big time.
Right?
Please come in.
Because sometimes you're tired emotionally and you don't know you're tired.
Yeah.
You just feel like we want to just sleep more. But nothing is aching. You can't even explain that what you're feeling, but yeah.
I'll tell you something. When I start my year from January, mostly my January all the way to September, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. But I learned it the hard way. When I finished September, October, November, and December. These are my time to manage well my energy. Because if you don't do that, you won't finish strong. Because I ended up most of the time, like I had like two Christmas seasons where I was totally sick. What people are celebrating with their loved ones. We have a culture in Tanzania, to some of us from the north. We call it North Migration. We travel to the north. We sit with our families, we get reconnected. At that point, that's where I get sick. That's where I travel. The other colleagues, my friends, will enjoy and have all this time, good time. We kill, we slaughter cows, goats, and all that. But I can't enjoy them. I came to realize it's because I've been doing with a lot. So you take one program after another. Eventually, by the time it's Christmas, you're done. So I learned that from all the way after, the minute I get to to October 1st, I become mindful which engagement and which not to go. Because I want to close my year effectively. The same applies to us. When are you taking a vacation? When are you going to take a pause and recharge?
Dale is taking us on vacation.
Yeah, thank you, Dale, for that. Because you may find yourself not even enjoying your January and all that. So it's always very important to know that. So, how does it happen? High expectations that we do have. The high expectation from our company, from our people, as you say, most of this burnout comes from, overwhelms the HR practitioners. So we have so much, the company or the organization puts so many expectations on us. And eventually, we overcommit ourselves. And the minute you overcommit, what do? Long office hours. You believe like, I want to be like the last one leaving the building. So you work like hell. Doing all you can under that pressure. Eventually, you don't get time to recover when you're tired. Remember, when we are stressed, we can recharge, we can take time to recover and get into our green, strong energy. But because of this high expectation, we cannot. Eventually, fatigue, then poor decisions, and eventually, our performance goes completely down. And that's where we lose it. That's where most of us, sometimes we are irritated. And this is why I want you to show this domino effect in an organization. You see, as I said, burnout is dangerous than stress, because with stress, there are ways to deal with it and you can easily recover and get back to your feet. But with burnout, have you ever heard the statement that says the fish rots from the head? So imagine the executive at the top, dead, burnout. Then the manager below, get the same. Then the people, the team, the staff, the employees. Then what happens? The unsatisfied employee will never give you a satisfied customer. So if that being the case, you have a customer who is unsatisfied. The experience is